Hey, Offbeat Sparks! I'm Sean. I'm an executive mentor coach, organizational development consultant. I too came to my work through LD through another career. I've been a CEO, business director at small, medium, and large companies, and I came to my love and dedication to people in that path. And I want to start by bringing another log to the fire. The Sparks have been here. We're going to soon network in community. So I've come with a question and a story. How do we stay well? I mean, how do we actually thrive, right? When we're experiencing the relentless intensity of our work. Now, I recently been working with the leadership team of the public relations function in a global media and technology company. Okay, and living with them feels like a high-pressured blur. There's a betweenness of constant pressure of the news stories, occasional crisis, the impending visit of their CEO to France, wants to build a stronger relationship with the government here. In that context, well-being seems like a luxury. Okay. People are on edge. Some are in denial. Others, I would say, quietly resigned to what's happening. And still others, like their seemingly fearless leader, saying that little voice inside themselves, be strong, just be strong. And I want to help them learn that this is a problem they cannot solve individually. That they can do something together. I see myself in this kind of context as a kind of grounded navigator. Right? I'm there to hold ground, open space, provide maybe a way to see a new horizon, something different. And in this case, I'm sharing with you, I'm really grateful to have a trusting relationship with the business leader. Now, she is a powerhouse. And at the same time, she's just opened up with me recently that she has some of her own vulnerability too. She works and leads by default through positivity and projecting strength. That's not working anymore. She's hearing from members on her team that they're having sleepless nights, that people are listless, fidgety, having trouble concentrating. She doesn't know how to help. Now, in partnership with me, and you spoke about the importance of partnership earlier, right? She's willing to make a kind of daring ask to them, a courageous ask, and say, could we try something really radically different and see how we could learn to work on this together? We went to a manor house east of Paris. It was next to a beautiful, thick wood. I was going to ask them to do something which is really terrifying for people who are in public relations and are professional communicators, to be silent. We began walking in the woods, and every 10 minutes or so, we'd pause, and I'd just ask them, what are you noticing? What are you feeling? There was no talking in between those moments of pause, and they would speak each in turn. And after the first nervous giggles sort of faded away, and about 30, 40 minutes into this, the energy shifted. They were noticing the calmness that was coming in their bodies. They were noticing the coolness of the air on their cheeks. I'm hearing the birds in the trees. There's a scent in the soil that's different. A tingling in my fingers and my hands. And places of tension they've been holding in their bodies for months. Okay? Finally, when the conversation happened, it was a really deliciously slow conversation, not something they were used to. We were in a place of embodied silence, of stillness. But, you know, silence is just the beginning of the journey. As we came to the edge of the park, I gave them a new cue. Choose an object that speaks to you about what you want to bring to the team, that's your unique contribution to help the team face its challenges. So we walked back from the woods into the room with pieces of the woods with us. There were some sticks, a leaf, some flowers, there was a nest, a few feathers. And that's when we began to storm. Storming was co-creating for them. They had to negotiate how to create a single story out of those objects. Active learning, right? Learning together, making something relevant in their meaning space. What did they need to say no to so that they could give space for themselves to take care of themselves and actually work on the priorities? But what emerged was a metaphor. There were stepping stones towards this nest that was protected with some of the string. There were flowers around it. One of the feathers was in the nest, making it pretty comfy. Another of the feathers was a plume, a pen, a feather pen that they were going to write their stories with. So what had come from this process was they were now moving from a firefighting mode into feeling in a place of seeing a new horizon. What they realized was they were not in a position to help shape a story for the company before they changed the story they were telling themselves about themselves as a team. That it's worth taking care of ourselves as a team. That would put them in a position where they were ready to put forth their story. This is what I think of as communityship, helping people learn again to walk together, breathe together, listen to each other, and co-create in difference through the storm. Now, as L&D practitioners, our job is not to fix people, but we need to draw on elements. And I don't see our work about fixing people or helping them just grow. It's also helping them connect and hold space for silence and for storm. The silence we need for groundedness, for rest, for recovery. And the storm, the light and the dark, it's the creative tension that we bring in together to help people feel supported and challenged at the same time. So we need a dialogue between the silence and the storm to make that difference. So what's our work about? It could be about helping find those places for silence and for storm. And so I ask you, in your work as practitioners, what's a collective that is you're serving? What's a challenge they're working on that's too tough for any of the individuals to solve it together? Nobody can fix it alone. And what are you doing to invite silence? And where are the spaces for safe rooms for storm? I'm really looking forward to this campfire and the conversations and hearing from all of you. Thank you.